What's going on, YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry. I'm a crypto vet. Thank you for tuning back in. I hope everybody's having a wonderful week so far. We got some crazy things again. I know I say that every time, but every day in crypto is a crazy day, and I love being here. And thank you guys all so much for supporting me. I love doing this. I've had a lot of support on Twitch. We've been making some crazy trades on XRP here on Bybit. I mean, we've been up the last, I think, 20 or so trades. I mean, just since last night, we're up $200. So congratulations to everybody who's taking these different trades with me, learning different strategies on how to use leverage appropriately and not get wrecked. Because, you know, we're trying not to lose money here. We're trying to make some money. So if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you're not following me on Twitter, follow me at XRP Veterinarian, and the links to Twitch and Discord will be in the description, and I will be streaming on Twitch after this. I'm going for 5 to 7 days streaming, at least several hours a day, just to kind of update on the charts, as well as 4 to 5 videos a week on YouTube. The YouTube videos are just a little bit more taxing just because of editing and making sure I have all the charts up, so that way I can get it down to 10 minutes. But let's go ahead and get started here on CoinMarketCap. We'll go ahead and refresh this real quick. So right now, Bitcoin's up 5.5%. Ethereum just broke out, potentially confirmed the breakout. So we're going to look at Ethereum here. It's up 11%, already setting new highs. Polkadot, number 4 spot, overcame XRP just a tad by going up 16%, and XRP, after that nasty sell-off again for the second time, is holding pretty stable at 37, but we could be seeing some movement here soon. We'll go over that as well. As far as the biggest gainers right now, we've got Aave, Polkadot, Sia Coin, which thanks CryptoCat. She brought this to my attention. I'm sure she's pretty happy, up 17%. So good job on that call. You know, we were looking at it and we're expecting to see some sort of jump. But when we looked at it, it was about just over half a penny, and now look, it's already up to a penny. So awesome, awesome, awesome. And then Graph had a little bit of correction after it set new highs. Cardano and Stellar, XRP, and all the other ones, small correction. It's less than 4%, so not bad. Let's go ahead and go back to Bitcoin. We haven't talked about Bitcoin very much, done a detailed analysis. When looking at Bitcoin, we've had this huge megaphone that we've been in. We've been above it, we dropped below it. We've been messing with the 20 daily exponential moving average. We broke out of this falling pennant here, got rejected at the top of this bullish megaphone, but came down, found good support on the 20 daily exponential moving average, the fib line, and now we're on our way to the upside. I think Bitcoin has had its downtime. The altcoins had their little bit of a season. I think it's time to swing that, just swing the whole bat right back towards Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think it's their time to kind of get moving. Our Bitcoin dominance dropped a bunch. We were at like 68, 69%. Now we're back down to 61.9, and it's slowly on the rise. But if we kind of look over here, when we broke out, we always wait for that confirmation. And we've got really, really good confirmation on the 4-hour that this 20 daily exponential moving average is our support now. We've been trading sideways now for, let's see it, before we broke out, 3 weeks. And we are now going into our last week, brand new month. We closed a bullish monthly candle that showed that we had good support below us. It's, in my opinion, time that Bitcoin start to take the show back again. And if we just do a measured move out of this from where we actually came out, I'm thinking that our price target here is going to be right around 44,000, 44,500. Now, the next obstacle for us to overcome here is going to be right at around $39,000, and that is going to be where we potentially can see rejection again at the top of this bullish megaphone here. But if you kind of look in what you can see here going on, we kind of have what looks like a little bit of head and shoulders here, right? And a little bit of break of this neckline right here. And we go ahead and just do a quick little measured move. You know, it's showing that we are going to get potentially above this area where we had trouble, as well as get above this top of the bullish megaphone here. Not bullish megaphone, I don't know why I keep saying that, widening megaphone. So I would say that we're probably going to get above this, confirm this line as support here. So we'll continue up, support, and then we could see a breakout to the target up here at around 44, 45,000. And at this point, it could go a couple different directions. We could get rejection again, head down back to the top of this support, which has been resistance here previously, to confirm one more time, and hopefully we go to higher. But just like we've seen in the past, we could come up the double top, which could maybe look like another head and shoulders pattern, bring us back down to around 38, 37,000, somewhere to confirm support. But at this point, it would change our pattern into something, it would change our pattern into something more like this, with a line coming up here, maybe a very bullish triangle pattern, something of the sort. So this is something where I think we need to take a look at, but I think it's time for us to switch our thought process from just looking at altcoins to taking a look back at Bitcoin and Ethereum. So my target for at least the first part of the breakout, if we were to take some sort of trade at this point, would be to lower leverage, make sure we get above this resistance here, confirm it as support, and then we can go to the upside. If you're worried about us not actually getting ready to break out and say that we're maybe forming like a ascending triangle at this point, where it actually is going to look something like this, you could take profits at around the $42,000 level, because we'll just come up, bounce, maybe come back down, and then break out, which this would be a breakout towards Valentine's Day, more towards the end of the month. Okay, so remember, we're just looking for patterns here. We're trying to see what is the actual pattern that comes to fruition here, right? And the best thing that we can do is see what we got, take what we got. When we have confirmations, trade off of confirmations and dollar cost average, right? So let's see if we can actually get above this resistance here. And if we can get above that, we may be into some really, really good long trades. But of course, you know me, I'm bullish on all crypto, especially most of them in the top 10, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP being my favorite. So, start paying attention to Bitcoin, in my opinion. All right, guys, let me know what you think. You can come tell me on Twitch what you guys think. Maybe there's some patterns that I'm missing. If I am, please let me know. You guys know me, I am super open. If there's something I missed, hey, we'll talk about it together. So, but let's go ahead and just do a quick look at Dogecoin, because I know I had a lot of questions about this in the Discord. One of the things that says to me why I'm still bullish on Dogecoin, just for a little bit, and it's not because I believe in Dogecoin at all, but I believe in markets and how trade works, right? And by saying that, I mean I am agreeing on with, if there's a high demand and supply is not meeting demand, price will go up, right? After we had this big pump up on Doge, we've been settling within this nice symmetrical triangle here. Robinhood and lots of places where people can buy Dogecoin required not instant use of deposits, and it was going to take 2 to 3 days. Today is day 2 of when those deposits potentially could be used to purchase different assets on Robinhood and all these other places, which still using Robinhood. I'm actually going to take my link off of my YouTube, just because it's kind of fucked up what they did, in my opinion. No matter who is to blame, they still played a part of it. But with the way Reddit, Wall Street Bets, Twitter, YouTube, and all these places work, I definitely think that we're going to have at least one more pump in Doge before all the smoke settles. These prices are not sustainable, in my opinion, especially with how the Dogecoin protocol works. So, make sure that you take this with a grain of salt. But, if you are in big positions, may consider slowly getting out at a little bit of a loss, versus being stuck with a huge Doge bag that you bought in at 8 cents like Mia Khalifa, which still makes me laugh. But no, if we did have another pump to the upside, I think that we could easily meet the all-time high that we previously had, if not potentially go up to around a dime, which after then we're going to see again a big drop to the downside, in my opinion. But we are following into this triangle, and we broke to the top side, and we are holding support, maybe potentially breaking a little bit below that. But I think it's just going to stay stagnant, as people are just going to hold their bags and not spend it until something else happens. But if we do see a drop to the downside, and we may just come down to around 2.5 cents. But like I said, I still think we're going to see at least one more pump, just because we saw a pump similar to this many, many months ago. It just took some time. If this is to follow the GameStop time period, we're about 1 day away from seeing the second pump. And again, I'm just overlaying this chart on top of GameStop after all the short squeeze nonsense. And it took about 2.5, 3 days before we saw the biggest pump on GameStop, because we saw one first initial. So this would be the initial and we'll go from there. So I just wanted to cover that real quick. But on to Ethereum. So here on Ethereum, I have the hourly chart up, and we've been following one of two patterns. We've either been in this ascending channel here, and if we're in an ascending channel, that means we are right now getting at the point of potentially breaking resistance. The other thing is, though, more confirmations, and now potentially confirmation of breakout is if we are in this rising wedge here, pennant, however you want to call it. And if this is the case, then I think Ethereum is on its way to getting not only to about $1,700, but all the way up to 2,000. And the reason why is because if we just take a little measured move of how we got into this pattern and come up, so this would be an exaggerated, maximum potential here for this breakout. If it went to the moon, it's putting us at around $2,100, $2,120. But if we just do the distance of the start of the pattern, you'll notice that from here to here lines up exactly perfectly with the one Fibonacci level, also a psychological level of $2,000. And Ethereum has just been building up momentum left and right. We've been holding support on the 20 daily exponential moving average. If we dip below it, we didn't dip below it for long. Right here at the end, we started constricting with this downwards sloping resistance here. We broke above it, confirmed, had a little issue with the fib, but then boom, you can see like clockwork, it's exactly hitting all of these resistances. So even though we have a little bit that jumped up, we can see that this here is a very, very confirming pattern, showing us that our lines for trends, both support and resistances, is very, very solid. So like I said, a just conservative breakout from here is going to put us close to around $2,000, which again is a big psychological level. So everyone holding bags of Ethereum, awesome. I still have a little bit, but of course I still have a lot in other altcoins that I'm waiting for longer hauls. But I do have a few Ethereum sitting in my MetaMask account that I may move a little bit over to Bybit just for this trade, because I think that we are gonna bounce around in here, and by potentially tomorrow or the next day, we could be seeing a $2,000 Ethereum. So take that with a grain of salt. Remember, I'm just doctor/idiot. This is not financial advice. I just enjoy talking with you guys, educating about crypto and chart patterns and things like that. So last but not least, favorite old XRP here. So if we go ahead and just hide all this crap, this is what we've been in on for the last, how long does this go? Since November of last year. We had our big pump, initial sell-off with Coinbase and all the bad issues with SEC and Ripple. After the sell-off, we pumped a little bit around Christmas, came down, and we've accumulated. And then here just recently, we did the exact same thing. We pumped up, came to the downside. So the question is, are we going to repeat this exact pattern here, or are we going to find good support? Well, if you look at where the line is currently right now, you can see that we are trading exactly above these 3 points where it was resistance previously, and we are now trading it as support. So in my opinion, as long as we can hold this point right here, we will probably start to bounce and escalate to the upside. And if we come back to our Wyckoff accumulation that we have been following for a good bit of time now, let's see here, we can see that we are above our two upper resistances, and we are way above our support lines from here. And just like I said before, I thought that we would break to the upside, come down and confirm this before we went to greater lengths. However, we kind of overshot it during this first one, and just like we thought, we came down to confirm this. This was not much of a confirmation, but this here is much more of a confirmation of this upper resistance of around 37.90, 38 cents. So I do believe that we will go to the upside. If we do have another drop to the downside, I think the 35-cent point will be very, very good support. And no matter what, I think as long as there's not any bad news, 90% chance that the 30-cent point right around this zone here will for sure hold support like it has in the past before we had all this bad news. And here in about less than 3 weeks, we have the outcome, or at least the first part of the outcome for the SEC news regarding XRP and Ripple, which at that point could send this stuff to the moon. You guys know that I'm waiting for dollars and beyond
anything XRP in the cents range to me is a wonderful buy. I will continue to dollar cost average as we go here. But now that we have formed support right here, you know, the sky is the limit. We did get rejected right here and we had a massive sell-off here, but we could see that that was where we had previous issues before. So we may just now be finally catching up to where we were before. But I do think that XRP is severely undervalued at this time. But now here in the short term, ignore this wick here. This was only on Bybit, not on any of the other charts that I could find. If we just do a simple measured move of this triangle pattern that we are forming after this sell-off, we could have a breakout to the upside that puts us close to 47 cents here. Oops. 46.5 cents. But again, we could also have a breakout to the downside, which would again put us closer to around the 30-cent point, just below it. But hopefully we can still find good support around 27. So I think that it's probably more about 60% chance that we're going to go down out of this for one more lower retest before breaking upwards. About 40% chance that we may come back up and just start this trend back over. Since we're bullish, we're in a bull run. But we could also do the XRP method, which is just we're going to stay sideways right here for the next 3 or 4 weeks. Whoops, what did I do there? I think I hit the wrong chart. But I think we're going to do the XRP method, which doesn't follow chart analysis, and it just trades sideways. And we're just going to end up dragging this thing out like this, and we're going to be in some weird ass pattern for next couple of weeks since XRP already had its time to shine. But I think the biggest part of this correction is over. If anybody thinks we're going to go down to 12 cents or below, I still don't think that's likely. Anything is possible, and you know, if it happens, you know, put your big boy pants on. But we'll have to just see where it goes from here. So I'm going to keep on trading here on Twitch. Like I said, we've been up here for the past bunch of trades, you know, plus 179, 303, 47, 207. We had one bad one down here somewhere. There it is, minus 631. Our stop loss was met. But this was during that big sell-off. But other than that, you know, we've been pretty positive on our little trades here. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you on Twitch, guys.